Theta value equal to 12.2795 rands per coin. The current cost range 12,548 to 12.3292. The previous day closing 12.3856. The change was 0.10610.86%. Reverse rate ZAR to Theta data cost projection for the near future and month. On Monday, July 10th, Theta cost is expected to be 10.76 rands, with a high of 11.51 rands and a low of 10.01 rands. On Tuesday, July 11th, Theta figure cost 10.48 rands, with a high of 11.21 rands and a low of 9.75 rands. On Wednesday, July 12th, Theta cost was 10.46 rands, with a high of 11.19 rands and a low of 9.73 rands. On Thursday, July 13th, Theta cost was 9.80 rands, with a high of 10.49 rands and a low of. On Friday, June 30th, Theta cost is expected to be 9.98 rands, with a high of 10.68 and a low of 9.28. On Monday, July 3rd, Theta figure priced 9.20 rands, with a top of 9.84 rands and a low of 8.56 rands. On Tuesday, July 4th, Theta cost is expected to be 9.18 rands, with a high of 9.82 rands and a low of 8.54 rands. On Wednesday, July 5th, Theta figure priced 9.15 rands, with a top of 9.79 rands and a low of 8.51 rands. On Thursday, July 6th ND, Theta cost is expected to be 9.24 rands, with a high of 9.89 rands and a low of 8.59 rands. On Friday, July 7th, Theta figure priced 9.24 rands, with a top of 9.89 rands and a low of 8.59 rands. On Monday, July 10th, Theta cost is expected to be 8.75 rands, with a high of 9.36 rands and a low of 8.14 rands. On Tuesday, July 11th, Theta gauge cost 9.10 rands, with a top of 9.74 rands and a low of 8.46 rands. On Wednesday, July 12th, Theta cost 9.02 rands, with a top of 9.65 rands and a low of 8.39 rands. On Thursday, July 13th, Theta gauge cost 9.26 rands, with a top of 9.91 rands and a low of 8.61 rands. Theta cost projection for Friday, July 14th is 9.28 rands, with a top of 9.93 rands and a low of 8.63 rands in 3 weeks. On Monday, July 17th, Theta gauge cost 9.31 rands, with a top of 9.96 rands and a low of 8.66 rands. On Tuesday, July 4th, Theta cost is expected to be 9.35 rands, with a high of 10.00 rands and a low of 8.70 rands. On Wednesday, July 5th, Theta conjecture cost 9.13 rands, with a high of 9.77 rands and a low of 8.49 rands. On Thursday, July 6th, Theta cost is expected to be $9.31. Rand high, 9.96, low, 8.66. On Friday, July 7th, Theta hypothesis cost 9.22 rands, with a peak of 9.87 rands and a low of 8.57 rands in nearly a month. On Monday, July 10th, Theta cost expectation of 8.90 rands high 9.52 low 8.28. On Tuesday, July 11th, Theta estimate cost 8.82 rands, with a top of 9.44 rands and a low of 8.20 rands. Theta value forecast for 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026, and 2027. The first and principal cost projection for July 423 is 16.44. Rands are expensive at 18.65, while they are inexpensive at 8.14. The middle cost value of 13.13 was discovered. Theta cost estimate in relation to the month's and 9.28 change in June 43.6%. Theta estimates the first and foremost cost for July 2023 to be $9.28. Rand's excessive cost 10.00 while low cost 7.25, they reached at the midpoint of cost 8.58 Theta cost forecast for the months and 7.80 change for July 15.9% Theta cost projection for August 2023, before all other costs is 7.80 rands, while low cost 6.60, he arrived at the midpoint of cost 7.33. Theta costs are estimated to be 7.1% higher for the month of August. Before everything else cost at 7.10 rands extravagant cost 7.40 while low cost 6.44, they identified the intermediate value of cost 6.97 September 2.5% change in Theta cost gauge toward the month's end 6.92 Theta price forecast for October 2023. The first place cost $6.92. Rands have an expensive cost of 6.92, a low cost of 5.78, and a cost of 6.46 in the center. Theta cost gauge in relation to the Monson 6.21% change in October Theta gauge for November 2023 was originally priced at 6.221 rands are expensive at 7.66, while low priced at 6.21. Resulting in a cost of 6.81. Theta cost figure in months end 7.16 change in November 15.3%. The original cost estimate for December 2023 is 7.16. Rand's excessive cost 8.89, whereas low cost 7.16 resulted in a cost of 7.88. Theta cost figure for months and 8.31% change for December 16.1% data forecast for January 2024. Rand's excessive cost is $8.31, while the low cost is $6.49, and the moderate value is $7.52. Theta cost projection for the month's end 6.98, January 16% change Theta cost projection for February 2024. To begin with cost extravagant cost 6.98 rands, while low cost 5.45, they discovered the middle value of cost 6.32 Theta cost estimate for Monson 6.42 change, for spring 9.6 Theta cost expectation for April 2024. In the first place cost at 6.42 rands exorbitant cost 6.76, while low cost 5.88, they found the middle value of cost 6.35 Theta cost gauge toward the Monson 6.32% change in April, before everything other cost at 6.32 rands excessive cost 6.32 while low cost 5.25 they arrived at the midpoint of cost 5.88. Theta cost figure toward the months and 5.64 change from a 10.8% change, before all else cost at 5.64 rands excessive cost 6.88 while low cost 5.64, he arrived at the midpoint of cost